Hello, all. Thank you for joining us again on the Almost Brothers podcast. Hey, will you do us a favor? If this podcast has meant something to you and encouraged you, will you consider becoming a monthly supporter? You could do $3, $5, $8, or $10 a month. What this does is this helps financially support the podcast so that we can continue to put out content and help better serve you. So if you would, down in the show notes, you can click the link, support, and become a monthly member. We love you. New episode coming your way. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 4 of the Almost Brothers podcast. Thank you for joining us again today. My name is Michael Simmons. I am your host here with always my co-host,
Jeremiah Dale.
That's right. Oh, I like it. You said your own name.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, you always throw me off. Sometimes you do. Sometimes I say it. So
right.
I just figured I'd go for it this time.
I like it. Jump right in. All right. And we have another guest with us today. Very excited. We have our very own Pastor Mike Vipperman. How's it going?
Hey, guys.
How are you?
It's good to be. Man, I'm doing really well.
He came in.
Well. It's good to be here with you guys,
yeah.
man. It's exciting what the Lord's doing through y'all right now.
He came in a while ago, and I was like, my goodness, looked like a Gap supermodel coming in. Just
He
looking.
does.
Got the shorts on and got.
Have you been working out a little bit?
Yeah, eating and drinking 12-ounce Mountain Dews.
Oh man, it's so excited to have y'all here. These are two of my best friends, so I'm excited. You know, as always, I'm always here with you, but it's cool to get you in here and to be able to get you on this podcast.
Man, it's an honor, man, just to be with you guys and jumping on here, talking about what the Lord's done in my life, and I'm excited.
Oh yeah, cool. Well, let's jump on in.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, first we want to start. You know, I don't know if everybody heard what happened with you, so we're just going to kind of start there and start with what happened, and just kind of go through the feelings that you were going through as it was happening.
Yeah, well, first off, Mike and Jeremiah wanted me to come on and just kind of talk about, man, what the Lord did through an injury that I had, and it's been a journey. Almost 9 months ago, the first day of the fall of 2019 was a fall that I had. Broke my back, broke my spine in 3 places, and had no feeling. Was completely paralyzed from just under my chest down, and just a horrific accident. Really is what it was, and very scary. You talk about emotions, ask about emotion, just every emotion you could possibly feel was running through my mind, and just not knowing what was happening or what my rest of my life was going to be like. I mean, you just didn't know, Mm-hmm. And I think that relates to anybody that's listening to this, because every one of us go through situations that affect us in a tremendous way, and it's very uncertain at times. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just that's exactly what it was. In the physical, obviously, I broke my spine, got life flighted to St. Louis, and just went through the whole process. The doctor set Becky down, said, "Hey, listen, your husband's not going to walk again, and you're going to have to make a lot of lifestyle changes. Your house, just the way you come in your home. I mean, just breaking stuff down, like a doctor would do if looking at the CT scan, MRI, and you see a broke spine, the guy has no feeling, and so they're doing their job, But it was one of the awesome things was I didn't have, I've shared this so many times, and there's a lot of things I could talk about right now, yeah. but one of the aspects of that is faith. Yeah. Man, I didn't have in the situation, I didn't have the faith to believe that I was going to be healed, because I was just traumatized with the thought of I can't feel my legs. So, yeah.
Or not even just be healed, but even make it through it.
Exactly. There's others. I collapsed lung. Just a lot of stuff was, coming along with it. But my wife, man, Becky, man, just my right hand. You know what I mean? Yeah. And she come back and she said, you know what, we believe that God's going to heal him, and we're just standing on that. And the doctor, was just kind of like, yeah, okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you in denial of what's going on? And she said, no, I'm perfectly okay. And they said, hey, we have a chaplain on call right now. If you want to, get some prayer. And she's like, hey, I got a room full of prayer warriors. Yeah, you were up there, and just the whole thing, a lot of things are foggy. You go in ICU for 11 days and they're pumping those drugs in you, and you're not feeling nothing no matter what. But it's just it's amazing. I look back and I've been able to process a lot of things, a lot of emotions that I was feeling, and it was just amazing how I can look back and I see how God every step of the way, through every emotion, through every fear, through every doubt that I had, still embraced me, man. Yeah. Still embraced me and said, it's going to be all right. And, it's been a journey. It's been one step at a time, literally. My feeling obviously came back after surgery, and God miraculously healed me. They were pulling pieces of broken spine out of the spinal canal. Yeah. And he says, I got it all. And on the last bone that they pulled out, I started wiggling my toes, man.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing.
I mean, just
crazy.
And you look back, you're just like, God, you're so amazing. But man, I believe that God, the question out there is, that maybe you're listening right now, and even some of us in this room right now, like, why doesn't God heal everybody that asks? You know. Right. And I haven't been able to answer that. I don't have an answer for that, but I know that God healed me so that I could tell other people, man, that God still heals.
Yeah. Right.
And so the message of just living it out becomes so much louder than preaching it out anymore. Yeah. It's like people just see me at Walmart, they're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I can remember when it happened, and there was constant Facebook updates on you. Yeah. And so like one day, you're just, you're standing, the first time it's like, oh my gosh, he's standing, and then, he's taking steps, and it's like each day as you were following that, as people were following that, they were witnessing, God at work, and doing miraculous things in your life, just right in front of our eyes. Each day it was just like, what next? Yeah. I think I even joked around with you about it. I said, well, we're going to go golfing next week or something.
Right. You come out of the house.
But it was just amazing to watch that all unfold in front of our eyes like that. It was really cool.
It's, man, just give glory to God, just for everything. But just, there was a lot of personal stuff, and I don't want to get into all that, of everything, all the dynamics. I mean, we'd have like 4 hours, of recording, but man, I just want to give thanks to just brothers and sisters too, man. A church family, had an amazing church family that come together, Revive, and just people in the communities around here. Pastor Tim, Pastor Tina was up there.
Instantly.
I mean, you just look back, Mike Jameson. I mean, I can just go on and on and on of just people that was just constantly there for me. And you look at that, and that's a blessing, man. Yeah. A lot of people don't have that.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
A lot of people don't have that, and it really opened my eyes to the power of unity and the power of agreement and the power of just coming together and supporting each other. And I think that was one of the biggest things that the Lord really, really humbled me in, is just really saying, Mike, you can't do this by yourself. You got to have people around you. Yeah. Because how many times, especially guys, I mean, we try to do it ourselves, man. If we just try to figure it out, whatever. But it really humbled me in a lot of areas. And that was one of the areas, I think, just we need to learn to lean on each other a little bit, and just open up and just let your be vulnerable at times.
Yeah. That was one of the cool parts is I got the news pretty instantly, and called Becky, and she was leaving town as I was leaving town. So we got there pretty close to the same time. And by the time I got there was a room full of people, everybody had made it in there. And that was a cool thing to see everybody come together and rush, and just, nothing we could do, nothing we could physically do to be there for you, but to be able to just be there together and just pray and believe together as a body, as a family, that was a cool thing to be a part of, to be able to be there at that moment, right before they flew you off. That was just cool. It was just cool to be there and to see Becky and to see her smile and not be freaking out and say, he's going to be fine. That's
takes
really
a lot,
cool.
Man. I mean,
sometimes you got to have that attitude, Becky's always had that. Since high school, she got that little sass attitude, and we should have that in our Christian walk. We have power to say that.
Man, in the Lord.
No, that's not how things are going to be. So I love that story about how she kind of snaps at the nurse. Like, no, you don't understand. We got a room full of people praying right now. We don't need anybody else. So that was always cool. So how are things going for you now? How are you progressing now?
It's physically great. I mean, really, it really is. I got all my feeling back. I just can't do a lot of strength things right now, so I just feel so weak, physically. Can't wait till the doctor clears me to do some things. I love working out. I love riding the bike, and I'm just believing the Lord that I'm going to be able to do those things again, And there's a lot of things that need to still fuse in my spine and medically, but believing that, hey, if God brought me this far, He's going to finish the work, man. And, and it's going to be awesome, and I'll be back to doing everything that I did before, but even stronger. Yeah. And just giving God the glory and everything that He allows me to do,
Y'all too. I can see y'all two golfing. I'm not very good, but I think you're pretty good, and I think, Mike, you're pretty good. So
I don't know if
I'm not. I just enjoy it.
But you're getting a lot of practice right now.
I am practicing.
I just enjoy it. And then you see videos of 40 feet away, you almost knock one down.
That's total luck. But.
Oh, right.
It's on the daily.
You didn't see the one that went over and then back over and then back over again.
Hitting them houses up there.
So they filmed it about 20 times.
Yeah, it took a while.
Post that one.
Yeah,
Post that one.
Exactly.
Take 400. Post that one.
And he turns around and acts like he didn't see her. Oh, I didn't know you were back there. Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Kind of give the, I know another part of it that's really cool. We always talk about is Maverick's role and everything, and how, not only what happened with him, but all these small things had to line up for you to be okay.
It really was, man. A lot of things did line up, and one of the things was Maverick. Because I was out there in that deer stand, and even though I was behind the house, however far, Becky's never went out there. I mean, she doesn't know where I was hunting at, and so just be able to have my cell phone in my pocket and not in the bag, hanging up in the tree, just a lot of things. And I still had, I was still able to move my arms to get my, But when I called Becky, Becky didn't know where I was at, and she's like, hey, I'm behind the house, whatever, and Maverick's like, I know where Dad's at. I know where he hunts. So, Maverick just beelined it to the stand. Yeah. And, man, that's the thing about Maverick is, he can be a headache sometimes. No, all of us know this in this room. But one thing, man, I seen my boy become a leader that day. Yeah. And I seen things in Maverick that are going to begin to flourish, down the road when he gets through all, he's a boy, man. Oh, yeah. But I seen a leader in him that day, and just resilience and strength, because he didn't crumble. I don't think he shed a tear. He was just serious. Here's Dad. He got the paramedics to where I was at, and everything that needed to be done. And Maverick's my hero, man. Maverick is my hero. Cool. I hug him all the time, and I tell him that. And he rubs on my back, and I was like, hey, rub me again. That feels good. That's
pretty nice.
Keep but no, man, he's my hero, and I'm just so thankful for Maverick of what he did that day. Yeah. And I believe the Lord gave him strength. I believe the Lord, gave him the strength to do what he needed to do.
Yep. Yeah, and I know something that's cool, Jeremiah, is you were kind of new to town, as this all went down. Mm-hmm. And I think that God had you here to be a part of that, to be a brother that could fill in and help fill out why he was down. And I think it was perfect timing. We talk about that a lot is God's timing. So it was cool to have you around during all that. And just how much we've all grown together.
It was a blessing. And so many. But Jeremiah would come by. Man, he'd come by at lunch, and, I'd be sitting in my chair because I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. But he'd come by, man. We'd talk. We had some good talks. And just being able to grow in a relationship with people. No, you really find, man, when you're in the valley experience. I call it a valley experience because that's really what it was, man. I didn't want to be there,
Oh yeah.
But you really find out who's really with you and who's for you and who loves you, man. And that was that's been a really eye-opening experience, for that. And because you as a pastor, as leaders and people that serve in ministry, that's what we do. We serve, man. We love on people, and we want the best for people. We preach the gospel, then we love them. We try to help heal their wounds, man, and just be there and bandage them up and send them out. Yeah. So as a leader, there's a lot of things and a lot of aspects that I don't want to get into, but there's things that you begin to realize that when you're in a valley or you're going through something that's challenging, it really illuminates those that are for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And just want to see you healed and see you get to where God wants you to be. And man, it really has been awesome in that aspect, because it's brought me closer to a lot of people, you know. So it's really been cool.
Oh yeah. And I know. Next, I wanted to ask you. You're taking over the kids ministry here at the Lighthouse. So give us some insight to kind of your vision on what's going to be happening.
For sure,
back there.
man. So a lot of people that may be listening to this, and some people may not know. I served as lead pastor for 5.5 years. We started a church, pioneered a church for Revive, and the Lord just through this injury, through everything being a transition, and just really speak to us about some things that it was hard to make decisions, closing one chapter or book really, and starting another one with the Lord. And even from Becky and I standpoint, it's not always, well, anybody that's in a faith walk, it's not easy to make a decision that God, or make the call when God says do this or do this, and you got to say yes, okay?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's challenging, and that's with any decision that God tells you, that you got to make according to what He's telling you. You got to be obedient to that. So all this transition from being lead pastor and then just kind of like, hey, we know we're going back home to Lighthouse and being under Pastor Tim, Pastor Tina, and we knew that's what the Lord had, and God, He'd been doing that years ago. But we've been asking the Lord, months ago before the COVID and all that, like, God, man, there's something you got for us, and God began to give us some dreams and some visions that dealt with children, and just what the Lord wants to do through that generation, of kids, and so I'm like, all right, Lord, I'm seeing some things, but I'm not really used to teaching children.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher, but I teach high school and coach, right. High school players, but that's Becky's playground. That just the younger. So I began to ask, just pray into it. Like, God, what are you showing me? I began to show some vivid visions of what He was wanting to do and raise up kids and just see children begin to prophesy and preach the gospel and demonstrate. Literally start demonstrating what we read about in Acts, and giving them the permission and the confidence, man, just to encounter Jesus. So all this stuff began to just roll through my spirit. I'm like, Becky, man, this is what God's really showing me. And she shared something with me, and it just meshed. I'm like, I'm calling Pastor Tim. Yeah. I gotta let him know what the Lord's showing us. And so, one thing led to another. So Pastor Tim, we prayed on it, and he's just like, I think it's time. It's the dynamics. And I think maybe Pastor have shared this, and maybe he will sometime. But just how Pastor Tina was needing to shift and transition into some things that God was showing her. Yeah. But she was in the children's ministry. That's a big dynamic of the church, and so you just don't give that to anybody. You know what I mean? Right. So when the Lord began to show us, when we began to release that to Pastor Tim, he's like, hey, this is God. This is what the Lord is doing right now, and it's amazing. So man, we've just been really excited. We've been remodeling. A lot of people have been coming together to remodel the kids area. We're launching here first Sunday of July, Kingdom Kids. Yeah. Kingdom Kids, man. We're just believing that families are going to be just united through children, just children encountering Jesus and loving on the Lord and learning who they are, and learning their identities in Christ and just being fireballs for Jesus, man. Oh, yeah. Because they're just going to say it. Yeah. And it's just going to be, it's pure, it's real, it's authentic. So it's just, I'm excited.
Yeah, and it'll get parents excited when you go back there and you see your child, excited about coming to church and excited about what's going on. Yeah. It makes you want to dig in. It makes you want to be a part of it. And the older people services or what, it makes you really want to dig in and be, man, I want to get rooted here. I want to be in it. And that's beautiful watching people, Jeremiah and Missy, watching them, start to dig in and start working in the ministry and start really starting to thrive. Yeah. It's awesome to be here and to be a part of this ministry and be able to do these things. Cause I think now is a perfect time. People outside the building is looking for something real. They're looking for something authentic to grab a hold on to.
Come on, yeah.
Because everything that we've kind of lifted up, celebrities or movies and movie stars all these things that begin to crumble and to fall, and we see kind of the true what's behind the scene. It's kind of, what is it, the Oz, the man behind the curtain. We start to see that, and we're looking, searching for something real, something to grab a hold of that will not crumble, that we can keep with us no matter what's going on in the world, that God will stand true in our lives.
I feel the Lord right now.
Man.
That's right. That's awesome.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to get the field ready, to say, all right, here we go. Like, let's get going. Let's get this. We took church for granted. We talked about that a couple episodes ago. We took all this for granted. And now it's like, it's time to go. Like, it's time to refocus, re-up, and let's go. Let's get going. So, I know my kids are super excited. Yeah. Sissy, she's always like, I want to go see the castle. I want to go see the castle. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Max talks about it a lot too. He's excited to get back there.
Well, that boy is goofy, man. Oh my goodness. I can only imagine him and Zeke back there. Oh my goodness.
They're going to have a good time.
Yeah. After you grab them off of the wall, them trying to climb up over the thing. That'd be about how that goes. That's awesome, man. We look forward to that going on. You said the first week in July.
Yeah, we're looking at the first Sunday. It was going to start Father's Day, just with everything, the dynamics of COVID-19, all that stuff, and just kind of just now getting back in the building and just still doing some things in the back. Yeah. And just want to get everything lined up, get it right, and start off on the right.
Do you have like a sign-up thing for that?
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you, Jeremiah.
There we go.
Man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because I forgot to announce that Sunday.
Sure did.
And that was like the whole reason I was behind the microphone.
I come in on Saturday night to get it done and ready to go.
Lord help me, man. Oh, gosh. Yes, we have what's called Kids Check. And, man, you can download our
Lighthouse.
There you go. There you go. Thanks, Mike. And underneath Kingdom Kids, you'll see that link, and it'll take you right to the kids check-in, and they'll be able to sign their kids in, and just kind of all the information process to get it going, any allergies that your kid may have, and all that stuff. So it'll just it'll make the whole sign-in process very, very smooth once we get going, and it'll be safe. Because we want our kids in a very safe environment, and so it's going to be good. We're excited about that. So just download that app and go right to Kingdom Kids, and click on that link. And it'll send you right where you need to go.
Yeah, the Lighthouse Church app, Google and or iPhone. Go download it. Most of the things that we have here at the church are on there. You could find a link to almost everything, to the kids ministry, to the youth, to the men's ministry. I mean, all these are right there on that app. So really it's important. Go and download this app, and you'll be able to keep up with everything. We do weekly blogs. Missy, Jeremiah's wife, does the awesome job at weekly blogs, and we try to get new pictures and new podcasts up. And we're announcing right now, we're waiting on approval, but we're going to be getting the services up on a podcast so that you can download that. And if you missed a service, or if you had one that just really touched your life, you can go back on it, re-listen to it, on the way to work or whatever, on top of getting this podcast. We're going to have that as well. So just get that app and stay up and connected to what's going on. I'll go ahead and give you that shameless plug going in. But and the website's under works. All these things are really getting rolling, so it's going to be awesome when all this comes together. But
exciting. Yeah.
But if you don't have a home church, hey, come check us out, Lighthouse Church, Dexter, Missouri. We're a church that just loves God, loves people. We want to push people forward and get them really, really focused on their personal relationship with Christ. That's what it's all about. Yeah. The days of listening to a pastor and having your relationship with Jesus through the pastor is over. It's time for us to have our own personal.
That's right.
That face-to-face encounters with the Lord and just loving on Jesus and just letting him love on you, man, and encountering everything that the Lord has for you. Yeah. God wants us to walk in blessing. Yeah. He wants us to be a blessing to other people. So we got to be willing to just receive what the Lord has, and then just be able to just give. Freely we receive, so freely we give, and that's what our church is about. It really is. That's what Lighthouse is about, and it's always been about that. And that's why it draws people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because the Bible says if Jesus be lifted high, he's going to draw them in, man. Yeah. He's going to do it. And so, man, just keep Jesus front and center, and it's good stuff happens,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, what you got? What you got on your heart, man? Come on.
Man, I don't have much right now.
I love doing that. Like, I love it. I love it. Like, be in the middle of a conversation, I'll just look over like, all right,
you up.
He's just like, I love it, man. Because I told him, you know, he doesn't talk a lot, but when he does, it's powerful, man. He told a story earlier when we recorded an episode with Pastor that was amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. Like he was getting choked up, but I was getting choked up because I felt it. Amen. So
it's amazing you say that, because my mother always told me I never shut up, you know. So growing up, I was told to shut up all the time.
Oh man, maybe that's what happened is then you switched off.
It finally sunk in.
Hi guys. Hi guys. But man, it really is. It's powerful when you speak, man, and it's awesome to hear. So I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna keep just putting you on the spot.
And I'll try to have something then, kind of in the holster there.
Oh man, I love it.
You guys are gonna have a blast with this.
And we're gonna have you and Becky on and have like a couples episode. So
that'd be awesome.
So I'm gonna need you to secretly write down some questions that we're gonna give to Becky. In that, I think we're gonna do it.
She listens to this podcast, so
honey,
don't just. Yeah. hopefully that part.
Just make 2 lists. Let her see.
Exactly. Like, all right, here's the list.
We just ruined that again.
Yeah, smooth. Love you, Becky.
Yeah, we're not good at this.
Yeah, we're excited. We're gonna have our wives on, I think Monday or Tuesday, and have a good time now that we got this setup going. So we're excited. But again, if you don't have a home church, hey, come check us out. Starting this week, we're gonna start 8:30 on Sunday morning. We're gonna have tent outside. Anybody who's maybe you're older, maybe you have kids and you don't really want them around a lot of people right now, that's fine. We're going to have outside service, 8:30 a.m., and then we're going to have 10 o'clock service on the inside, normal service. So it's going to be a powerful time. Both services are going to be amazing, and we just look forward to what God's going to do. But thank you for joining us for episode number 4 of the podcast.
It's good to be here, fellas. Thank you guys
for
having me on.
Thank you for coming. Oh, we're excited to have you on more, man. Yeah. We're ready to get these episodes rolled out and
it's awesome.
And to keep it going. And thank you all for who's downloaded. I think we're close to 200 downloads in the first week and a half, week and a couple of days.
That's cool. Yeah.
So it's been awesome. I got to talk to a buddy today that's been touched by what we've been putting out, man, and it's amazing to see God moving in somebody's life just off of us talking and just kind of giving our testimony. So
we kind of said from the get-go, you know, if this can just impact one life, it's worth it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's going to impact more than one life. But we're just I'm thankful to be a part of it. It's really cool.
I'm excited, man. But love y'all. Thank you for checking it out. Keep an eye out. We'll be dropping episodes every chance we can get. But this has been the Almost Brothers podcast with Michael
and Jeremiah.